sometimes what you're used to is the poison that's killing you. Hey YouTube, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Somebody asked me to do a get ready with me. So today will be a get ready with me along with my tips on how to level up your mindset. I really appreciate y'all participating in the poll. I see that you guys like those types of things, but don't ever be afraid to leave me a comment, any topics or ideas or anything. I will do anything for y'all. Y'all support me, so I will definitely support y'all. In this get ready with me, we're not really doing too much. I'm not going anywhere. When it comes to leveling up your mindset, I really feel like you really have to want it and you have to know that it's not going to be easy. I feel like sometimes people think that, oh, I'm gonna level up and I'm gonna get better and then you won't be able to spin a block or anything like that. But it's not necessarily about people trying to spin the block or people trying to come back into your life. The thing is, you have to do it because you want to do it, not because you're trying to prove a point to other people. I see so many people, they get into it trying to get this certain outcome, whether that be proving a point or getting materialistic things. Then when they get into it and they see that it's hard, then they want to give up because you didn't really want it. You were doing it for some other reason that really wasn't benefiting you. Don't try to prove points to people that you can level up and you can be better, because it takes a lot of strength and a lot of patience and a lot of courage to even start the thing. And yeah, it might be easy when you start, but that doesn't mean that's how it's always going to be. The next way I started leveling up my mindset was to get rid of the limiting beliefs that I might have and my negative self-talk. Like, if you knew me from high school, I was always that type of person that made jokes about trauma, being sad, and talk negative to myself. And the thing is, like, that's not cute at all. It's not cute to walk around thinking and talking negative about yourself. Have you ever been around somebody, they might be beautiful to you, they might have it all, and they just self-deprecating, they always talk bad about themselves, like, oh my god, I'm so ugly, oh my god, I'm so fat, oh my god, I'm so this. That may be how they feel about themselves. I'm not discrediting their feelings or anything, but it gets to a point where you're not actually feeling that way. You just want compliments or you just want somebody to validate you. But the thing is, you don't need anybody to validate you. And it's also very uncomfortable for other people around you when you are constantly talking bad about yourself all the time. What do we get out of talking bad about ourselves besides more negative feelings and more negative thoughts? We don't get anything from that. So the faster I learned that that is not beneficial at all to me, I stopped doing that. And it's not just gonna be like, oh my god, 1 2 3, I'm not gonna think bad about myself anymore, but it also comes with action. We never get rid of our negative beliefs completely. We just continue to work on them to get better with them. I'm not saying that there will never be feelings of those old beliefs that you used to have, but it's your duty to help yourself overcome those negative beliefs that other people have instilled into you. I'm gonna use myself for an example. If I never got over the limiting belief that I wasn't enough and that I couldn't do anything that I set my mind to and that nobody cared what I was talking about, I would never be able to take action and be here on YouTube talking to you today, because I would be too in my head and too focused on what other people have told me about myself. When we get over these negative beliefs, this is what helps us take action. If you believe that you are not worthy of love, you're never going to seek out love because you don't feel like you're good enough. You don't feel like you deserve that. Or if somebody comes to you and tries to love you, you're never going to feel like you deserve that. You're going to self-sabotage because that's all that you've been taught to do. I'm kind of speaking from experience because in my experience, I've been made to believe that I am not worthy of love, that I'm not deserving of anything good. I'm so used to people hating me and putting me down and stuff like that to where I don't feel like I deserve good things. I don't feel like I deserve people to love me. But in reality, we do. If you don't get over that limiting belief that, oh, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this enough. Who told you that you're not any of that? Who said that? Because I know God didn't say that. I'm not saying that it won't be hard to like deal with these things, but like I said before, you have to want it and you have to understand that it will not be an easy journey. Anything else that I say after this point will not matter if you don't work on the limiting beliefs that you have. If you think that you can't, then you won't. And I want to say that your thoughts do create reality, but the actions along with those thoughts are what create your reality. And I wanted to make sure I said that because I seen a TikTok video last last night that said, your thoughts don't just create reality. Your thoughts and the action put towards your thoughts create your reality. Because a lot of people get caught up in the performative aspect of loving yourself and self-worth and all that stuff, but you really have to put the action. Anything that I say on these videos, I implement into my real life, or I already have. I'm not just saying this to be saying these things. You have to want to apply it. I seen somebody on my last video comment and said, does anybody else find this hard when dealing with toxic family? It can be hard, but if you really listen to what I was saying and you really apply that to your life with those people, I promise you, it will literally work. Any cliche advice that you hear on the internet, people are not saying this for fun. People are saying this because it really works. Next mindset shift that I made was speak in expectation. I've had to learn that because it's like a slight form of manifestation. I have realized that it makes me feel a lot better about the goals that I have for myself when I start to speak in expectation about what it is that I want. When I first started YouTube, when I had maybe like 100 subscribers, instead of being like, oh no, I'm not sure if I'm gonna blow up, I'm like, when I blow up, I haven't blown up yet. It's helping you to be more positive, be open to receiving, being optimistic. Optimism, speaking, and expectation go hand in hand. You can't be negative and be like, oh, this will never happen for me, because that's what you believe, and be upset when you see that it didn't work out for you. Well, you said that it wasn't gonna work out for you, so of course it's not gonna work out for you, because you don't believe that it will. Instead of being like, oh, I'm not sure. What if? If it does. No, it will. And when it does, just changing the little words. Like, it's the small things, y'all. People always think that it has to be like something so serious, like, oh my God, I have to go recreate my whole life. Like, no, it's literally the smallest things that you don't think would make an impact are the things that make the biggest impact. Because when I first started YouTube, I used to think that as well. I was like, oh, I'm not sure, it might be hard, but no, I was like, you know what, I know it's gonna happen for me, and when it does, I'm gonna be great. The next mindset shift that I had was stepping out of my comfort zone. When you live inside of your comfort zone, you will never want better. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having like a comfort zone and having things that you like, but when it comes to life and growing and elevating your mindset, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. For me to even start wanting to level up my mindset, when I started my self-love journey a year ago, for me to even want to do that, I had to get out of the mindset like, oh, I'm fine like I am, I'm perfect like I am, there's nothing wrong with my life, I don't have no problems. Getting out of that comfort zone to see, you know what, I do have problems, and I need to figure out a different way to deal with this, because the way I'm doing it is not working. The love I'm attracting is not working. The beliefs and the confidence that I have is not working. You have to be open to wanting different perspectives. You have to be open to wanting to change, wanting to do those things that you've always wanted to do, but because of your negative beliefs, you believe that you can't. Me getting on YouTube was stepping outside of my comfort zone. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber since I was like 15 or 16 years old. I was just like, you know what, I'm scared, but I'm gonna try it anyways, because there's always something better to come out of those risks that you take, the steps that you take outside of what you're used to, because sometimes what you're used to is the poison that's killing you. And I'm speaking that from like a people perspective. The people that I used to hang around, the people that I used to surround myself with, when I was around those people were killing me. Those people were constantly feeding me negativity and drama and made me comfortable in it. I thought that was okay, and I thought it was cool. When I was open to some new perspectives, I'm like, you know what? Actually, I don't like that. And because I don't like that, I'm going to take action and take steps to getting out of what I'm used to. When you get too comfortable, you will never want to grow and excel at life. You will never want to get better. And I'm telling you from personal experience that whenever I decided to step out of my comfort zone, not only did I get experience, but I gained confidence, because it's like, I did that. Even though I was scared, I still did that. And it helps me realize that I'm a lot more powerful than I believe that I am, because there's a lot of things that you may do to step outside of your comfort zone that other people think is wrong. It just shows that you're powerful because you're doing something something that other people are too scared to do. You should give yourself an applause. You should give yourself a pat on the back, and you gain so much confidence from it. If you've been following me from the beginning, you can literally see how my confidence has grown from my first video. Next, with leveling up your mindset, is you gotta get off of social media. You gotta make sure that you're consuming positivity. In my experience, where I've gotten the most mindset shifts and the most perspectives was when I was listening to positive podcasts, positive YouTube videos to help me learn something new, videos to help me become a better version of myself. If I was too busy scrolling on TikTok when I was sad and depressed, relating to all the sad TikToks and stuff like that, I would still be in that state of sadness and despair. I wouldn't be where I am today because I would have thought that I was good because it was comfortable. And sometimes we do get comfortable in our own sadness. To defeat that sadness and despair, sometimes we need to consume that positivity, because when you're having a hard day, at least for me, I always ask God to send me some encouragement for that day, because that's the only way that I'm going to keep going in my life, to keep growing and keep learning and to keep being better. You know, it all coincides to being better. Y'all know this by now if y'all been watching me for a while. And sometimes to level up your mindset, sometimes you really just got to get off of social media, because that's the only way that your mind will be clear. When I was on social media too much, especially Instagram, I always had all these noises and all these thoughts because I'm always seeing people live their best life. I was too busy focused on what they were doing instead of trying to level up myself and level up my mindset. You have to watch what you're putting into your mind, because like I said before, your thoughts and actions create your reality. And if you're having bad thoughts, those bad thoughts are going to prevent you from taking action. And if you don't take action, you don't grow. That's all I gotta say on that. The next mindset shift that I had was learning how to adapt to my circumstances. Now, I'm not ever encouraging anybody to stay in survival mode. In survival mode, you do learn a lot of beneficial skills when it comes to life. Like when you're sad and when you're going through things, sometimes the things that you go through can prevent you from moving forward. In my experience, I've learned so many new things, so many different ways to navigate through my life just by adapting to my circumstances. Because like I said in my last video, we can't allow what is going on around us to dictate what we do. Because if we want to be better, we have to learn how to get through the things that are holding us back, through the negative experiences, through all of the bad things that happen to us. The last way to level up your mindset, I would say, is to live for you, truly. Like, when you get too caught up in trying to live up to everybody else's expectations, you will never level up. You will never change mentally because you're too stuck in what other people believe that you should do. You don't have thoughts of your own. You don't think for yourself. And ultimately, that causes you to be stuck in a place of stagnancy. Like, you're going to be stagnant. You're not really trying to learn and grow on your own to make your own decisions and mistakes. When you start to live for you, your mindset will automatically change because you're stepping into the fact that you know what you want, you are open to learning and growing, and you will continue to do so. And other people cannot control your life. This is kind of a bonus. You have to let go of everybody that's not meant for you, because people will pull you down and try to keep you in a space that you are no longer in. And like I said before, when you continue to surround yourself with people who don't want to see you grow, you will be stuck. I'm not really in the business of letting people spin back, letting people spin the block. I'm not trying to spin the block. If we're not talking today, please leave me alone respectfully, because there's too much that I want to do in my life and I'm not willing to sacrifice that for nobody. And I really don't think people understand how much discipline and courage and strength it takes to stand firm on your principles and stand on business. When it comes to leveling up my mindset, I really just have to drop any and everybody that is not where I'm at mentally, because I don't want to be held down mentally, because my mind is the only thing that is really going to get me through these hard times. Hopefully what I said made some sense. If it didn't, I'm sorry. I'll do it again for y'all. I'm so grateful for each and every one of y'all. We have 722 subscribers. Thank y'all so much. I love each and every one of y'all. Like I say all the time, I don't think there's any way that I could ever thank y'all for what you guys are doing for me. I would do anything for y'all, almost anything, not everything, but almost. Thank y'all so much for supporting me, and I will see y'all in my next video.